OpenAI just launched GPT4o, a new AI model that you can interact with through live voice chat, video from your phone, and text. This model not only surpasses previous GPT versions, but also works quicker and more efficiently. It's being released over the next few weeks and will be free for everyone through the GPT app and the web. Subscribers to OpenAI's paid plans, starting at $20 a month, will get to make more requests. But what exactly is GPT4o, and what can it really do? Let's explore. OpenAI's newest model, GPT4o, is here, and it's a game changer. The O stands for Omni, which is Latin for every, highlighting how this new model can handle a mix of text, audio, images, and video all in one go. Before this, ChatGPT used different models for each type of content. For instance, if you were chatting with ChatGPT using voice mode, your voice would be turned into text by whisper. Then GPT-4 Turbo would generate a text response, and finally, that text would be spoken back to you using TTS. When it came to working with images, GPT-4 Turbo and DALL-E 3 were combined. By integrating everything into a single model, GPT-4o aims to make the whole process faster and more efficient, offering a simpler user experience and opening up new possibilities for how the AI can be used. So, instead of typing out your problem for ChatGPT to solve, you can now just turn on your camera and show it the issue in real time, getting answers almost immediately. The new desktop app also lets ChatGPT analyze your screen and take screenshots of anything you need to talk about. This breakthrough has massive potential for AI in coaching, teaching, and staying up to date with the world. Picture ChatGPT4o sitting in on a meeting, reacting to changes as swiftly as any team member. Or imagine kids having a tutor available around the clock, tailoring lessons to fit each student's learning style. What makes GPT-4o different from GPT-4 Turbo? GPT-4o's all-in-one model approach overcomes several limitations of the previous voice interaction capabilities. Number 1. Emotionally aware responses. The new model takes tone of voice into account, allowing for emotional responses. Previously, OpenAI used a combination of Whisper, GPT-4 Turbo, and TTS to handle voice interactions. This setup meant GPT-4 only processed spoken words, missing out on tone, background noises, and recognizing multiple speakers. As a result, GPT-4 Turbo couldn't express different emotions or speaking styles effectively. With GPT-4o, which can handle both text and audio in one model, it captures these audio details to provide richer, more varied responses. For instance, in the example video provided by OpenAI, GPT-4o can now deliver sarcastic replies, adding a new layer of depth to interactions.
You to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just going to be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this.
Number 2. Faster responses in real-time conversations. GPT-4o significantly reduces the delay or latency in conversations, making real-time interactions much smoother. In the previous setup, using 3 different models caused a slight lag when talking to ChatGPT. On average, responses took 2.8 seconds with GPT 3.5 and 5.4 seconds with GPT-4. Now, GPT-4o cuts this down to just 0.32 seconds, which is 9 times faster than GPT 3.5 and 17 times faster than GPT-4. This nearly matches human response times, about 0.21 seconds, and is crucial for fluid back-and-forth conversations between people and AI. These quick responses enhance the user experience, similar to how Google's Instant feature improved search by saving time. One exciting possibility with GPT-4o's speed is real-time speech translation. OpenAI demonstrated this with an English speaker and a Spanish speaker, communicating seamlessly as GPT-4o translated their conversation on the fly.
Hey, how's it been going? Have you been up to anything interesting recently?
Hola, ¿cómo te ha ido? ¿Has hecho algo interesante últimamente?
Sí, un poco ocupado aquí preparando un evento para la semana que viene.
I've been good. Just a bit busy here preparing for an event next week.
Number 3. Integrated vision for describing what it sees. GPT-4o goes beyond just voice and text. It can now handle images and video too. If you let it access your computer screen, it can describe what's there, answer questions about the image, or even help you with your work. For example, in a video by OpenAI, Sal Khan from Khan University uses GPT-4o to help his son with math homework.
Which side do you think is the hypotenuse? You're close, Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle.
But it doesn't stop at your computer screen. If you connect GPT4o to a camera, like your smartphone, it can describe what it sees in real time. In a more extended demo, OpenAI showed two smartphones running GPT4o having a conversation. One of the GPTs had access to the phone cameras and described what it saw to the other GPT that couldn't see. This created a three-way chat between a person and two AIs. The demo even included the AIs singing together, showcasing a capability not possible with previous models. Number 4. 3D rendering from text descriptions. One cool trick this model has up its sleeve is its knack for turning text descriptions into 3D masterpieces. Picture this. It whipped up a lifelike 3D model of the OpenAI logo from just a few lines of text. Now, while this feature is still getting its feet wet, the possibilities are endless. Think about it. In design, virtual reality, and gaming, the potential is huge. Being able to conjure up detailed 3D models in a snap could totally shake up these fields, slashing the time and effort needed for manual modeling. Number 5. Improved tokenization speeds things up. In the process of using LLMs, there's a step where the text you give it gets turned into smaller units called tokens. These tokens are what the model works with to understand what you're asking. In English, a token could be a single word or a punctuation mark, though sometimes a word might get split into multiple tokens. On average, about 3 English words end up as roughly 4 tokens. Now, if a language can be represented with fewer tokens, it means the model has less work to do, which speeds up how fast it can come up with responses. Moreover, since OpenAI charges for its API based on the number of tokens used, having fewer tokens means lower costs for users. This not only makes things quicker, but also gives you more bang for your buck. Practical uses of GPT4o. Boosting coding assistance. The newer GPT models, like GitHub Copilot, are already pretty handy at lending a hand with coding tasks, from writing code to spotting and fixing mistakes. Now, with GPT4o's multimodal skills, things are getting even more interesting. In a video led by OpenAI's CTO, Myra Murati, two brainy OpenAI folks, Mark Chen and Baird Zoff, showed off how they put GPT4o to work with some Python code. They fed the code to GPT as text and then used the voice feature to ask GPT to explain what was going on in the code. Later on, when they ran the code, they tapped into GPT4o's vision smarts to break down the plot for them. Overall, this setup of showing ChatGPT your screen and asking questions out loud seems like it could be a lot simpler than the old way of saving plots, uploading them, and typing out questions. Unlocking the power of visual analysis. Thanks to its knack for understanding images, GPT4o can dive into all sorts of tasks, from healthcare to security. Picture this. In the medical field, it can sift through X-rays or MRIs, spotting potential problems with impressive accuracy. Roleplay with GPT4o. ChatGPT has been a handy tool for role-playing scenarios. Whether you're prepping for that big job interview in data or coaching your sales team to pitch your product like pros. So far, it's been mainly text-based, which isn't always ideal for those real-life situations. But now, with improved speech features, spoken roleplay is on the table, making the experience even more immersive. GPT4o for real-time translation. Pack your bags and bring GPT4o along for your next adventure. With its lightning-fast speech abilities, GPT4o opens up the world of real-time translation. As mentioned earlier, provided you've got data on your phone. So traveling to countries where you don't speak the language just got a whole lot simpler. Accessibility. Furthermore, GPT4o is also breaking down barriers to accessibility. It's free and supports dozens of languages, making this advanced model available to a wide audience, unlike the older ChatGPT 3.5. But why is it free? OpenAI is offering GPT4o to everyone, even free users. However, free users will have a cap on how many messages they can send with GPT4o. Once they hit that limit, they'll switch back to GPT 3.5, which isn't as impressive. Plus users, though, get 5 times the message limit of free users. Team and enterprise users will have even higher limits. We don't know the exact limit for free users yet, but OpenAI will likely keep it low to encourage upgrades to the paid plans, as the quality is top-notch. The ChatGPT desktop app. Although not directly tied to GPT4o, OpenAI dropped another bombshell. The ChatGPT desktop app is finally here. With the improvements in speed and multimodal capabilities mentioned earlier, plus the arrival of this app, the ChatGPT experience is about to get a serious upgrade. OpenAI even gave us a sneak peek into how this could revolutionize our workflow, like a demo showing off a futuristic coding setup with voice commands using the ChatGPT desktop app. The impact of GPT4o on the AI landscape. We'll see the effects of this unfold pretty swiftly, and here are a few predictions. 1. We'll likely see more high-quality models becoming free soon. As a defensive move, other leading developers in the field will probably follow suit, offering their top-notch models for free as well. However, it's doubtful they'll catch up in market share. OpenAI's proactive approach gives them the edge to seize growth opportunities, while competitors have to play catch-up. 2. Look out for Apple to beef up Siri with GPT4o skills. Fingers crossed for an announcement at WWDC in June. What'll set Apple apart is how they handle privacy and Siri's ability to perform tasks, an area where they could really shine, unlike the lackluster attempts with Humane Pin and Rabbit R1. 3. Google might hit a rough patch, again, this time with their push for augmented reality glasses. While they were a bit late to the game with large language models, they recently unveiled a fancy AI assistant at Google I/O. The twist? They're pushing it for use with AR glasses, but let's face it, those aren't exactly flying off the shelves. 4. Multimodal capabilities will empower large language models to craft a more sophisticated understanding of the world. By soaking up info from videos and text, they'll start to paint a clearer picture of reality. And with users providing fresh training data, video generation is poised to level up in no time. The AI landscape is brimming with possibilities, and there's no better time than now to dive into understanding how it all works. If you enjoyed the video, show us some love by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing to our channel. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care and goodbye.